Alright guys, welcome back. We are here with our second Haunted Mines match of the day. This one is going to be appropriately called the T-Rex Arms. And I can't tell you why until you actually watch the entire thing. So hopefully you're going to stick around once again on the Haunted Mines. You got to venture underground, collect the skulls, and unleash the golems. Harder than you think, believe it or not. Actually extremely hard. This is the map where I've seen the most comebacks and the biggest throws, but I'm actually not on the blue team today. Gonna take a quick pause. We're actually over on the right-hand side. So I'm gonna be Falstead yet again. Hafu actually decides to go Tassadar, switching it up there from Tyrande. We added Strife. Caveman had to go, so we added Strife. He actually best stitches NA. Pocket is gonna be on her Nova, and that leaves us with this little furry guy, the TrumpSC. Yes, Trump from Hearthstone. He was playing the heroes. It's a really good avatar. It's a fun times. Fun times. So yeah, this was our team going into this one up against Spirian and company. Now I don't really know how many of these guys are actually from Blizzard, but oh boy, do they ever bring the pain, I'll tell you that. Spirian's going to be there on the Sonya. We also got our Nazeeba being played out by, I'm just going to call him Vorg Stealth. Sinnosid and Wolfspider going to be playing out here with Tyrande as well as Nova, and that leaves Quasi or Quazzle? Quasi. The eyes look like L's in this game. Not entirely too sure why. On the Uther. So, it's a quick analysis on the team comp. Sonya is like a damage tank, more tank rather than damage actually, and the support tank of Uther with the heals coming out from Tyrande. That leaves us with the specialist of Nazeeba, and really just the biggest DPS threat on this team is actually going to be that Nova. On our side, we got Stitches to do the tankage, and then after that, it's shields for days on the Tassadar, and it's just really comes down to Trump after that. Trump just trying to bring a lot more utility here to our team with the Abathur, with the shields, the speed ups, the extra DPS, the extra man in team fights with that ultimate evolution. So 3, 2, 1, here we go. Back to normal here with the game. So yeah, we actually ran into these guys in solo queue. It was full 5-man pre-mades on both sides. And again, we're on the Haunted Mines. So if you saw the previous shotguns I just did there with Dance Your Face Off, then you saw that we didn't win a lot of team fights until late game when we started capitalizing on the fact that they weren't really sticking together as much as they really should have been. So because we were able to capitalize on that, we were able to come back to the game and actually win it. This round, I'm not too sure we're actually going to be that lucky. So I'm just looking around to see if anybody actually took bribe or anything, and don't actually see it anywhere. No. So they actually have no bribes this round. Not sure we actually took any bribes now that I think about it. No, I never take bribe as a Falstead. I always take Path of the Assassin simply because that's just how I like to play. But as you can see, we did a 4-1 split in the first game. This round, we're actually all kind of collapsing here into the top. Quasi's here, Wolfspider's here, as well as the Spirian himself, but we're actually going to catch him here in the bushes, try to land the damage on top of Uther, but of course he is going to walk away. This is when we notice that there's a Wolfspider actually slamming on Hafu in the back, so getting caught out of position, those silly CMs actually is going to go down. So yeah, they do drop. Now there's a lot of things you can do with an Abathur, but one of the most powerful combinations I've seen is a solo laner with an Abathur. And if that solo laner is named Tassadar, I haven't been able to actually land a kill. 2v1 against a Tassadar Abathur combo, I don't think I've actually landed a kill on that. It's really, really powerful because not only do you get the Infest shield and the DPS, but the protective shield from herself, as well as the Time Warp for the slow and the clear ability. You can see it's already talented here with the Time Rift, increases damage. And then the Void Shift, becoming invulnerable and invisible. It's really hard to kill a Tassadar in that, like they really have to push out very far in order to kind of capitalize on that. So we don't have anyone bottom. This is a problem. That's why we're going to be doing this rotation. I'm going to be coming down here with the Strife and the Pocket, and this is a really good comp. 2 DPS with a tank that can hook. And they got 2 very squishy, delicious champions right here. So Abathur does infest on the top of the Strife. Sinnosid is going to be our target. That's going to be the slam. Pocket landing the damage. I afterburner in. Or sorry, I barrel roll in. I don't have afterburner yet. And with that last hammer, we're actually able to take home the second kill of the game. So now we're feeling pretty good. The CM's getting a little bit sloppy. Hafu, again, is just dealing with this top lane. 3v1. Hafu, Abathur, combo. really, really hard to kill. Look at that. Shields for days. And that's what you do. You just hold down that top lane. So I personally like to actually hold down my lanes as well. I think that Falstad can actually trade out a lot better with some of these comps. Anybody melee, unless it's Zeratul because he has a permanent stealth, anybody melee is almost guaranteed to lose that fight. So it's pretty fun. We also have Pocket now just kind of lurking in around top. I'm doing a 1v2 in the bottom. Again, in this lane, guys, you don't have to actually like last hit. You don't have to win. You got towers to fall back to, and you got a lot of ways to regen your hit points. So in terms of this, I'm just sitting there and I'm just soaking. Take a little bit of damage, I go to the fountain, I come right back. That leaves my team to just freely wander at this point. Spirion just holding down the lane with Quasi and Wolf Spider. So you can see Nazeeba is now going to be going off to the lane. Nobody, again, took the bribe, so we kind of have to actually just start DPSing them down. As a note, last game you saw a really early creep camp started before the 3-minute mark by the enemy team. This time, both teams more or less starting it in and around past the 3-minute mark. So by the time you kill this, and they come to lane, and depending on really how your lane is going, you might actually get value out of this. The other thing is that because you can start one, if you go straight to the other, we're going to have these mines open in and about the 4-minute mark. You're going to see the timer popping up in about 15 seconds. So again, timing on these creeps in the early game needs to be kind of critical. I really don't think that there's a big cry to kind of get them as early as you can. Wolf Spider is going to be here. I actually tried to collapse on top of her looking for a kill, but didn't actually get it. So I'm going to reunite here with Strife, who does have the siege minions there in the back. Again, the mines are going to open up in 15. We got lane pressure, and we're supporting our golems, our siege minions here. So we have a big advantage in this fight. As you can see, we're going to be taking it right home to Spirion. Not only with that poison I've actually killed him, but you know, the hammers and the rocks and the threat of a Stitches hook, it was just more than enough to overwhelm them. The downside to this is we didn't leave anyone bottom, so their minions are doing exactly the same as ours. So with ours and our comp, we got a kill. You can see the time warp again, just harassing, doing damage against buildings as well. We got a little bit of tower damage, so not the worst in terms of siege monsters. Pocket is trying to just hold it down here, but we don't have anyone down here. It's a little bit of a mistake on our part. We don't have anyone to deal with that. As soon as we got those kills, I went down into the mine. I was like, guys, I got this. I can go get all of these mines. All these skulls in the mine. You guys can stay up top. You just delay them. You fight them. You got to deal with these minions. You got to do something, right? Yeah. Well, it was a good idea at the time. FourCourt here. I mean, again, like you can tell what path your opponents are taking in the mines because these little purple guys, they're actually all global. Both teams see all these purple icons here on the minimap, so they know that I'm up here. And as you can see, they're angry. They sent 4 people into the mines to kind of clean up after this. In fact, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I misspoke. All 5 of their teammates are going to be down here looking to chase me down. We're getting the creep camps in the mid. We're getting experience. I have no idea why Trump is so far forward here. We're getting experience in the top lane and the bottom lane. They're giving up a lot to come down here by putting all 5 bottom. And you can see that in the reflections in our experience. We're almost a whole level ahead. But that doesn't stop them from kind of actually chasing me down. Now, you can actually see the stealth here if you look really hard enough from Wolf Spider. But, yeah, Wolf Spider poisoned me. He got off the snipe. I run blindly into the rest of their comp, and I go down. I got 26 skulls for my team. But what was my team doing? They were holding down bottom. They were holding down top. Look at this Trump like a boss. And they got the mid-mercenary camps and the opponent mercenary camps. We are going to come out so far ahead of this, guys. So far ahead of this. And again, the experience is kind of reflecting that. We're still maintaining almost a level above that. Plus, we got these guys pushing these turrets who are depleting ammo, which is going to, come back to bite them in the ass. And now we got these guys up here slamming on their forts. The entire enemy team is still underground. Still underground. And this is why I do believe that on the Haunted Mines, it is the safest map that you can actually ignore objectives. You can get 100 golem skull, or sorry, 100 skull golem, and you can still not win the game. You could probably get it 5 times in a row, and you could still not win the game, based upon good decision making and based upon good gameplay. So this is why I called this the T-Rex arms. Trump is actually auto-attacking stuff. So that's why this is actually called the T-Rex arms. You'll see him actually auto-attacking quite a bit with Abathur. It's pretty cute. We had double sets of minions down here. There's no gate. There's no towers. They're about to lose out their well. Here comes the rest of my team to capitalize on this. If that hook had landed, it would have just been the cherry on top. It really would. Vork's up here has to deal with these. Almost got a free fort out of the fact that all 5 of them went bottom and couldn't contest any of these minions. We do get a fort bottom. We don't even have a golem yet, guys, and we're about to clear out the bottom. It's 6 minutes 30 seconds into this map. They have still put so many people bottom. They're not on the map. They're defensive. They're not even gaining experience. And now we're about to ding level 10 and they're at 8.5? It was really some silly decision making there from the Blizzard reps, but you know, I told you this game is going to be close, so take it with a grain of salt. We take on another turret. We got our golems coming to life. Theirs looks pretty scary. 74. We got Trump up here. He's back to infesting people. No more auto attacks now that they've actually come up from the mines. The tower, I'm actually DPSing it down. Not really going to get it, but I did avoid out the stun and the mummies and the pierce there from that Tyrande. And we still got these siege minions going to town. There goes the tower. We have a total advantage out of this. Hafu with the force wall, just trying to keep Spirion. In the back, we kill off Wolf Spider in the back, who's out of position. We are feeling good. Trump is going to actually take another Falstead. So now we got double Falstead and double lasers. If Strife had landed some more of these hooks, would have been a bit better. But alas, he did not. Trump is playing with he's playing with my Falstead. He's playing with my clone. That's essentially what he's doing. It's really kind of funny as a metagame because you don't have to worry about the hit points on a lot of these clones because they can just go to ham on top of anybody you want. And you don't have any repercussions except that you just lose it. So unfortunately, we did kind of lose out the rest of our pushing power bottom. Their whole team was there. They had a big golem push in our top. We didn't want to trade out and get too greedy here. So instead, we do come back up. Trump actually emerges from the ground. And look at the little T-Rex arms. Look at him go. Oh, the Trump auto attacks. They're funny stuff. All right, golems are down. Yeah, right now. There we go. Let's look at the difference between what happened there. We're level 11 in a bit. They just hit 10. They just got all their ults. We cleared out their bottom forts. We cleared out their bottom towers. We had multiple creep camps to our name. And what did they get with that 74 skull golem? 1 tower. That's it. Okay, I guess the gate. I guess you could make a case for the gate. 1 tower. A big reason to that is that we collapsed on it pretty good. We had Trump auto attacking it. That's a joke. But we also had Hafu, and Hafu with the protective shield, you can actually shield towers, as you can see here. Big reason that this huge golem, this 74 skull golem, actually did not end up doing that much at all. Big reason. Because of our team synergy and our calls to say, screw the mines. I already died. I picked up 14 skulls. I think I actually picked up 26 skulls, but it's game. Like, why not? They're all 5 bottom. We went and took a whole bunch of objectives. We come out ahead. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good, I gotta say. We did not get this top tower, but it's pretty low-hanging fruit. Sorry, this top fort. It's pretty low-hanging fruit. Let's take a quick look at some of the talent builds around here. Snipe has actually double talents here from the Wolf Spider. Also has the poison enemy. And this was actually really smart of them. They come down here looking for the camps. There's 4 of them. I think there's only 3 of us because Trump doesn't really matter. And just trapping us in this bush, that Nazeeba ult did work. This Starfall doing work. Uther doing work. And it's just really actually ridiculous how we melted there. We did lose out the Nova. Trump is actually sitting right there. I somehow didn't die here. 27 hit points. Spirion just couldn't land the whirlwind. It was pretty funny. And then he also did not capitalize on the Trump kill, so a little bit of a misplay out of there from Spirion. But we did lose out 2 of our teammates, and we also lost out the map control in the mid. So that was a really good engage for them. All of a sudden, they've almost tied up on our levels. again, good decision making can really bring you back into this game. That was a great decision by the enemies, by Spirian and crew, and they got good capitalization out of it. Because they got 2 kills. We went from 4-1 to 4-3. Almost killed me as well. Had they actually killed me, would have been just, you know, again, cherry on top. Nova goes down in the mid, does get caught out. Again, you don't want to be caught 2v1, 3v1 in a lot of these situations. So that was a little bit of a misplay there on Nova. I just, you know, playing a little bit of interference, just making sure that they go back home. We get ourselves another camp, and now we're thinking, all right, there's a level 16 camp here in mid. We just killed their Nova. All 4 of them are top. They've used a bunch of ults. We could probably do this. That's what we were thinking. That's what it really is. There's no Nova here. It's going to be 5-on-4. Trump, of course, you know, just infesting from afar. That's just what he does. That's what Abathur does. And it does look like it actually, you know, worked out. I was able to play interference long enough to keep these guys busy. The downside, however, is because we're taking this and I'm playing interference and we're down a real body because of Trump, they actually get a head start into the mines. 8 skulls now coming our way. 11 skulls and counting. We got nobody down there. In fact, I might even die here. Wolf Spider with that poison does extreme amount of damage. Poison plus the double talented snipe. Yeah, does a lot of damage. We actually do send a few enemies here into the bot, just to try to contest this a little bit, but 26-3, not really looking that good. Pocket does find Naziba, is a squishy. That triple tap you cannot underestimate, so that was a good capitalization from Pocket. Really knows her stuff. That's going to be the hook there on top of Quasi as well. Quasi does throw down the Divine Storm, does get poisoned, but Hafu, again, shields for days, invulnerability and invisibility, is just able to tank it all out. Spirian is going to find me just cutting him off, and that's going to be the Shrinkway as well. Who actually has that Shrinkway? Yeah, it's Hafu? Yeah, totally Hafu. So, we just killed 3 of them in the mines. We had creeps pushing their bot. I'm now pushing their top, looking for a fort. We're coming out again ahead in these trades. Good decision making can bring you back in this map. After you kill your opponents, don't bother with the little skulls. Don't bother with all these little guys. Go straight for the big one, because there's almost no chance at a retaliation. If you just killed a bunch of your opponents in the mines, or you killed them regardless anywhere, and you got people down there, go for the mines. Go for the golem. Look at this. I'm going to sit right here by this mine. I saw there's a witch doctor. I saw that he's not going down there. There's 1, 2, 3. I didn't know that Wolf Spider was there, but I suspected 4 with the Spirian coming in. They can't safely go underground. We get the big golem. We get majority of the skulls. All you need is really 50. If you're ahead and you get 50 skulls, you can just immediately transition and start taking other objectives. Not a problem. Unfortunately, again, with all my team down south, I mean, I got Hafu coming now, but there's absolutely nothing I can do 4-on-1. Absolutely nothing I can do. So they're going to get this fort, but that's just their decision. Their decision is that they're going to forsake the skulls and the golem, and they're going to go for the fort. They didn't get it. They actually did because of Wolf Spider. Hafu was actually really proud that she was able to shield it and it didn't go down, but then Wolf Spider ruined our game. But now that the skulls are back, my team is back, they have to back off. They did get their mission accomplished. They don't have any mines or any of these camps that they can actually go to, I believe. Yeah, they're all down. Except this one, for some reason. Oh, maybe it was following one of our teammates. Not too sure, but we collapsed to take it down. Enemies have to deal with this. You have to get back and you have to deal with this 72 skull golem when you're on the defensive. We have a 20-something skull golem here. I do believe we... Pretty sure we actually come up and deal with it. Yeah. Pocket is dealing with some siege minions down here, just trying to keep the fort up. Forts, believe it or not, are worth 3,000 experience. That is a massive, massive amount of experience. We know that the entire enemy team is dealing with the golem. We know they know that we're dealing with theirs. We got a tower here getting slammed on with no ammo. Not a very useful turret. It does drop. But still, if you look at just the gains, we almost got a palace. Not a fort. We almost got a... Yeah, sorry. We almost got a fort. They got a turret that was out of ammo. And now they have at least 2 forts on low hit points. So we just go straight for it. Hafu, unfortunately, she's going to get real low. That was a Starfall. You can see the Ravenous Spear. Spirian coming in with that heroic leap. Unfortunately, just not hitting anybody. He's going to be whirlwinding around here, probably just trying to slow us up. That's going to be my laser, which did not hit a single soul, fortunately to say. Trump did actually do better with my laser than I did. But we lost that fight hardcore. We totally lost that for it. Trump and I are actually able to take down Spirion, but yeah. The return damage from Wolf Spider. Look at this full hit point Wolf Spider Nova. It's really ridiculous the amount of damage she can do. Pocket actually, I think, sees the wolf, but the wolf sees her, and it's just like Little Red Riding Hood. Wolf sees her. Wounding shot also takes, people take 30% extra damage. So you open up with the wounding shot, which you just saw, and then you snipe them, and it just does ridiculous damage. Ridiculous damage. So we lost that fight pretty hard. Trump was always pointing out that, yeah, we lost all the teammates except Trump, but we also lost Trump's ult. And that's a really good point, actually, to bring up. If you lose the Trump ult as well, then it's just like double plus terrible. They get the mid. We tried to contest it. Fortunately, just couldn't do anything. I'm really going to point out again, Wolf Spider, right here. This is a terrific place to DPS from and stay hidden and stay safe. Terrific place to do it. First time I actually saw that. Usually people come around, like they come around here and they DPS, or they come around here and they DPS. But he sits here and DPSs. I think that's just very powerful. Very powerful. Gonna have to incorporate that into my false dead play. Alright, so level 17 to 17. They're actually ahead in experience. Not looking good for us. We've lost the last fight. We've lost out 1 creep camp, 2 creep camp. We did get our own, I believe. Somewhere. No, well, they just died. Where were our creeps? Oh, they were over here. Yeah. Spirion was able to take them out because he's a life-stealing barbarian. Yeah, pretty easy stuff. And we've lost map control. So we've lost the bottom. We've lost the top map control. We are all clustered bottom, which means that they're going to be able to get down into the mines. And you can see, they're already down here. Sinocin and Vorg are actually able to pick up some of these skulls. And at the same time, we just lost meat. Where did we lose meat? I think I died bottom. No, I'm going to take that back. There was a Nova top. Yeah, Nova totally... The only thing that can actually kill me this game is going to be Nova. So anytime you see me die, just assume it was Nova that killed me. So yeah, I came top and we didn't get it. I think I saved Trump. I don't remember. But either way, it's not looking good. They're up 33-0. So we do what the only thing we can do. We push. There's no hit points on the fort. Was no hit points on the fort. And now the enemy team, they have to come and answer this. You can see it's Innocent leaving down here. You can see Quasi, I think, leaving down here. Yes, he's going to come back as well. We got creeps. We got their palace under attack. Trump actually took hold of Pocket here. Really good choice to do that extra damage. But just the fact we were able to push as hard as we did meant that they had to give up their Ventures bottom. So they stay at a 36 skull lead, but they are all forced to defend. In terms of the level, because of that death of that fort, we actually take a bit more of a lead. 3,000 experience is something that you cannot deny. It just does so much for your team. And now I come back. So our team is ready to go. They head into the mines, which is, again, really good decision. I'm just really kind of playing the role of scout right here. I see all 5 of them, and I'm just like, guys, they're still bottom. They're still bottom. There's a wolf spider here. I knew it. I had to get out of that one. But basically, I was just scouting for the team. If you can scout for the team, you get them the map pressure. You know where they are. We take the big guy. Again, if you know where the enemies are and they can't get to you, you just killed them, go get the big guy, because there's not much they can do about it. You can see Trump just holding down the top lane with that Locust, getting us all that experience. Oh, Locusts actually have a button. That's cool. And I'm holding down the bot up against Vorg. The rest of the enemy team is in here. Wolf Spider looking for the team. Spirion also looking for the team, and Uther actually going to be cleaning up a lot of that bottom. That leaves me to deal with a 2v1 here. And yeah, some of those poisons really start hurting. I actually got hit by that sentinel. I didn't think I would, but I did. Team fight bottom, Spirion up against Pocket, and Hafu up against Wolf Spider. It's basically going to trade out evenly.
Hero slain.
These Novas late game do a massive amount of damage. Wolf Spider's out here looking for Pocket. Wolf Spider looking for Pocket. Miss the snipe! Miss the snipe! Get wrecked. Really good stuff out of Pocket. Surely one of our better girl gamers of this generation. Unfortunately, because we had a lot of people down south, and then we lost Hafu, and Pocket still preoccupied, and I couldn't 2v1, we lost our fort. They now jump ahead in experience again. Pocket, however, is up top with no resistance, and we got a creep wave pushing up against this fort. This fort is almost for sure going down. Like, there's very little that could stop it from happening. There could definitely be a ravenous spirit, but it didn't stop the fort. So we actually came out ahead in that one. He doesn't have an ult for 72 seconds. We don't have a Nova for 20 seconds. That's a 20-second advantage window that we have where he can't ult. We got our creeps again. We got the mid creeps. No, we didn't. The mid creeps are still there. We got our bottom creeps. They're pushing in. Blue team respond. They get their own. Mercenary camps, mercenary camps, mercenary camps. Name of this map is literally mercenary camps. Our skulls are coming up. They got 65. We only with the 35, believe it or not, even after we got that huge advantage at bottom. And we're all about to hit level 20. So as a note, the game time is just about to hit 20 minutes, and we're about to hit level 20. That's a really good average here for a nice, even game. Going back and forth. Our golem, unfortunately, has no idea what to do. Wall of Mummies OP. He's just going to go straight for the palace, because that's what golems are designed to do. We have a little bit more breathing room. Their golem wasn't nearly as far. Again, Hafu and Trump, between the two of them, shielding our towers, making sure they're not taking nearly as much damage. I'm in the back. Hafu's doing the damage as well. Pocket now here, respawned. It's a good time. It's a good time to party rocking with these golems. He's not going to even take a single tower here. Not even a single tower. Between the shields and the towers, it's pretty ridiculous longevity. And again, I got to give it up to the comp. The comp is just really powerful. It's a really good comp. We make a beeline immediately for the mid. Kind of expected to find them as an ambush here, because that's what we would do. But they're not here. And in fact, again, Wolf Spider, I got to say, with that positioning, look at him. He is so safe right there. It's ridiculous. Wolf Spider comes in, finds us. We're going to be trying to do this creep camp. And this last minion guy has to go. The only way to get a creep camp is to sit on top of it, and that's exactly what the enemy team thought we were going to do. Starfall, Ravenous Spirit, the heroic leap. You can see Spirit now going to be trying to chase down Hafu. And we just absolutely melt. Great force wall there from Hafu, but I think Spirion with the spear. Nope. It's not actually going to be able to get it. Doesn't have the cooldown. We melted. 3 of us died. Hafu in retreat. We lost the Trump clone, I believe.
Is under attack.
Yep, we lost the Trump clone as well. Level 20s and AoE comps at the end of it all make a huge difference in this game. Like, it's absolutely nuts. So much for all that effort saving these towers. Vorkstout comes in, takes it down, no problem. Hafu and Locusts have to try to defend this, but Quasi's there. Quasi and Vorkstout will probably eat Hafu for breakfast. We got Sinison and Wolf Spider down here as well. Trump trying to do his best, just shielding up stuff and just making sure that we don't lose as much as we can. Spirion was able to defend into all of his creeps that we were pushing bottom. They were able to defend it. Easy, easy. We're throwing out all the shields we can on these towers, but it's just not enough. But we finally do have the respawn, so here comes the rest of the team. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of momentum there. We're a whole level down. We do have our 20s, but we're a whole level down. I believe a lot of us actually have our ults ready to go. Yeah, I don't think we actually even used an ult in that last massacre. Like, it was just that much damage. Strife with the hook. He's actually going to gourd to the Witch Doctor, spit him out here on top of Hafu, and we're just going to take him down because, you know, why not? Well, at least we're going to try. Did you see those heals? That was double heal from Uther and Tyrande. Strife, unfortunately, goes down. Pocket in the back. Now going to be forced out of that fight. Trump is the only Stitches alive because he took him for an ultimate evolution. Pocket with the triple tap. Going to be trying to take these guys down, but it's not enough. And once again, the CMs school us in this team fight. It's actually kind of funny. It's like you can set up a Benny Hill theme here for Trump because it doesn't get anything done. Wolf Spider, the big DPS of the team, is actually really living up to the name. Just doing some magnificent amounts of damage. I got out of that skin in my teeth, but we have no ults. I'm the only one up here with Trump. Trump is, you know, just hiding in the back, which is exactly what Abathur's supposed to be doing. Skulls come up again. This is like, what, our 4th golem now. As a note, we're 24 minutes into this match. This is an abnormally long match. But this is a good indication of what a really evenly skilled match of high tier play is going to amount to. It's going to be between 20 and 30 minutes. Because we're both level 20. We have absolutely nothing else left to kind of gain from any of our levels except scaling abilities. The level cap in this game is 25. If you hit 25, then you're probably in about a 30-minute game. Those things are pretty brutal. I mean, I can definitely tell you that this game was very damaging on our psyche. Very damaging. We're going to take some more mercenaries. We cannot contest the bottom. They have a huge head start on us, so we take the mercenaries. They're going to get a lot of skulls out of this. In fact, I think they get all the skulls out of this, now that I think about it. Vorg in the top, not going to be going into the 5-man bottom strat. They are able to get themselves some mercenary camps as well. There's 1, 2, 3. 3 down and 2 left defending, Citizen and Vorg. If you were here for the last match, then you'll see that we just decided to push at the end of the map, screw the skulls. It's a very similar decision making here. We know that there's at least 2 of them down there based upon the rate that the purples are actually leaving. It turns out there was 3. But we're just going to push. We got siege golems coming up. Their forts are looking very yummy. And we're just thinking, alright, we got to make a play here for a push. We get the hook on top of Spirion. Actually gorgeous him, going to be putting Spirion into the back. Just trying to keep him out from, you know, harm's way. Trump takes the ultimate evolution on top of Falstead, but Quasi with the great Divine Storm. That's going to be the triple tap on top of Spirion of all things. I don't know what was going on there with Pocket. I died to the Wolf Spider yet again. Recurring theme of this match. Precision Strike comes out. Wolf Spider takes out the Pocket, and it's just now Strife and Hafu. Absolutely destroyed us yet again in these team fights. These CMs are monsters at this game. Absolute monsters. Their team comp for fighting is so bloody hard to get over. Spirion with the ult, with the leap. Ariat Crater actually now talented out as well. It's like a Jarvan ult if you play League of Legends. Quasi with the Divine Storm and the Hurricane. You saw how big that AoE was. Vorg. Come back here, Vorg. Vorg in the back with the Annihilating Spirit on top of that Ravenous Spirit. 50% range and 30% movement speed. And he does 446 damage per second for 8 seconds. It's pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. The only thing that Strife and Hafu can do is just take another creep camp. Like, absolutely nothing we can do in the bottom. Nothing we can do in terms of pushing. Take a quick look here at the Starfall. Celestial Wrath can be classed globally and does with 30% more damage. So we're doing Ravenous Spirit, which is AoE 500 damage, let's call it. We're doing Starfall, which is AoE 200 damage. We got the Divine Storm, which has a massive range and does 600 damage on top of that. Do you see a recurring theme? Where's Spirion? Spirion and his... come back here, Spirion. Spirion and his Heroic Leap does 292 damage. It's like big AoE clusters that absolutely destroy teams that don't spread out. If they don't spread out, they're dead. And we are pretty much screwed at this point. 17-13. They're up 2 levels, but we somehow still have our forts. They only got 1. I think that was one of the big factors of why we're still in this game. We have a 0 Skull Golem about to hit their base. 0 Skull Golem. Blue team's palace is under attack. It's not even funny how quickly this thing dies. Look at this. Not even funny. That was 10 seconds flat. 10 seconds flat as 0 Skull Golem dies to a level 23 team. Not terrible. On the flip side, their gigantic golem is taking us a lot longer to do, but, oh, Hafu, you beautiful gamer, you. That shield, man. We used, I think, everything. Okay, no, we didn't use our ults. I'm just looking at them now. We almost used everything. And we're thinking, alright, we gotta get these mercenary camps. Strife somehow, with that amazing hook, takes down the Witch Doctor. My laser hits the Wolf Spider. He's gotta get the heal here from Uther. We actually have Trump in here as well. Yeah, with my false stat. I was looking for that. There's the Trump. He's going to double laser, landing more damage on top of these guys. And had that hook actually landed, that might have been game over right there. I swear to God. Might have been game over right now. But we got a kill, and we know that we got the camps. And that means that they're going to be on the defensive. We're 5, they're 4. They are not going to be able to put up any kind of pressure right now because late game, if you get caught outnumbered, especially with a comp like theirs, like their comp does a lot of setup for Wolf Spider and Nazeeba, but Nazeeba's dead. That leaves us with Wolf Spider really to do the damage. And we find them doing these camps, and we are not happy with them. We say no, we're not dealing with that. We're going to take this from you. You got to be aggressive in the late game if you have the numbers. If you have the numbers and you roam, there's nothing that can stop you. So they get the bottom. We got 2 camps out of that. This is not going to actually spawn for a bit, but we do got 1 more down here. So with these double minions top, that's going to take down this fort like extremely quick. And as you see, gamble actually paid off. We're almost tied with the levels. Quasi actually going to be throwing out the Divine Storm because they need to get rid of these golems. And they know that the blue team here, the CMs, they need to be ready to move. Mines are up in 15 seconds. We got more creeps now coming bottom. They need to just clean this up and get out of dodge and set up for the next fight. We once again got more minions. We're about to hit 23. We're about to tie up with these levels. And the mines are up. This is kind of like a moment of indecision that we had because none of us really go this long into the game. We're now 30 minutes into this game, ladies and gents. 30 minutes. We didn't really know what to do, so eventually we decide we'll go get skulls. Because we know that they're all on the defensive, they have to still deal with these creeps. So we said, alright, we're going to spread out, we're going to get as many skulls as we can, as safely as we can. And we got 4 of us down here because, you know, Trump obviously can't. Trump's little locusts have been holding down the top, getting us lane experience this entire game. Unfortunately, we're also about to get a taste of our own medicine. The CMs are like, alright, well, they have a big skull lead. They're clearly cleaning it out as fast as they can. We're going to go in and get this low-hanging fruit of this fort. Nazeeba's really good with this because the mummies actually attack buildings, and then when you talent out the dead rush, they jump up and go and attack things for 4 seconds. It's a really good pushing mechanic. We all recall out of the bottom. We got 48 skulls. We're like, that's good enough. We got to get this. Strife does the best hook of his life. Gets Wolf Spider, chomps down, spits him out. And unfortunately, Spirion just kind of brought him into his death. He jumped in with the heroic leap. He had the creator. Basically killed his teammate right there. Triple tap lands on top of Quasi. We know that Quasi has no more cooldowns. As I say that, he heals, but we take him to town. We just team killed them based upon the hook from Strife. We're now actually about to hit 24. They have some immense death timers, 30 seconds plus, and we already got catapults pushing bot. This is an amazing time to end this game. And long story short, that's exactly what we do. Long story short. It was the longest game I played thus far. Actually clocks in at the 32-minute mark. Both teams actually hit level 24. 25 is the max. I haven't actually hit a match where we hit 25 yet. But level 24, 32:45 was actually the last timestamp here. Pretty ridiculous stuff, if I do say so myself. Big thanks to the Blizzard crew that actually gave us a huge run for our money last night. Spirion and crew over at the Blizzard did some really, really good work against us there, but we just kind of came out on top with that Stitches hook at the end. Well, not only did we get the pick off on Nazeeba on that previous fight, but that hook on Wolf Spider, basically their only DPS on the team. Nazeeba as a specialist does DPS, but he doesn't compare to Nova. And a lot of this game was Nova with superior positioning, just picking off a lot of the DPS in the back and letting her tanky frontline just do the work. And I think she did an amazing job. Wolf Spider, I gotta give huge props to Wolf Spider and the crew. Spirion, Sinosin, Vorkstalt. who probably not how you say his name, but and Quasi. Yeah, they were a really good team. They did amazing stuff, and so yeah, that's how we ended this game. So big thanks to my teammates, ItsHafu, PokketSays, and TrumpSC, as well as Strife. And who's our... oh yeah, I was the 5th. Yeah, that's right. And Strife, yeah. It was good stuff. We did a lot of good games, and we hope to do more content, more replay analysis, just looking at how some of these games went down. I'll throw in a few of my losses in there as well, guys. Nobody likes to see you just continually winning. That's no fun. But yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. FourCourtJester here. Find me out there, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Going to do a lot more Heroes of the Storm content. And yeah, just hit the follow, hit the subscribe. Much appreciated. And we'll catch you later.